Good afternoon, Soul Family. Listen to this song. I love this song. Mumford and Sons. Sleeping in my bed. We're doing our reading in and out. I don't know the deck we're using. I'm trying to think. I thought I would let you guys help me out. I have several different messages that I want to talk to you about. Remember I told you when I got this bedspread how the lady had those, she had a lot of really expensive BB dresses and really cool things that were, a while ago they were real Orange County in style kind of stuff, right? So I get ready to go. I had to go to the beauty supply to get some different hair color. Remember I told you I got my hair color done and I was all excited? That's another message. I've got a few. Here, I'm going to take this off. I'll just do it this way. I go to put on my watch, and I don't wear a watch for time. I never know what time it is. I don't care what time it is. It doesn't matter to me. I'm going to turn this radio down. I just love that song that came on. Hold on. I've been living a lonely life. I've been trying to do it right. I've been sleeping here instead. I've been sleeping in my bed. I like to hear that message. Okay, so I put my watch on, and this is the watch I put on. And it's a cool watch. Right, I had it on my other hand. I didn't have it with my mom's. I didn't have it on this hand because I took it off and I just put it back on to make a statement with you. So I went to the beauty supply wearing this watch and I was looking at it and I thought, you know, it's beautiful. I don't wear it because of the time. I never look at the time. I don't even know if the time's right on it. Who knows? I wear it because I thought it was pretty at the time. I got it 10 years ago, right? Probably be more than that. 10 years ago? Yeah, probably about 10 years ago. And then it was glitzy glamour, right? That I decided to keep. This was one of those time period pieces that, you know, at the time whenever it had the white fluffy and the chrome and all the rhinestones and, you know, it's like the Ed Hardy hats and the BB dresses and, you know, all that stuff. This was middle of the road. This to me was earth element. This is natural. This is more me. So I took this because it suited my lifestyle, right? This suits my lifestyle. It suits me. And I put my watch on. Now you look at this watch. And it's beautiful. It's functional if you want to look at it at the time, but check out the time on it. It says, what time does it say? 7:30? I don't care. But it's got crystals on it. So it's not only pretty, it's functional if I ever set the time, and it's healing. And you look at this, and then you look at this. Which one looks more like me? Now, the person that you know, I'll just leave it at that. It also says that I can be this, and I can be this. I can change my mind. I can go in and out of whatever style I want. I can be glitzy glamoury. I can be down to earth. We get to change our mind. We get to change our style. We get to change what we prefer, right? We get to change it whenever we want. We are, and the point is, we are meant to change. We're meant to continually be evolving and moving forward. So like with Merlin was growing. He had to move into a different tank. And when he got into a different tank, he got more of a natural element. Everybody is moving more into the naturally who they are. Right? I'm going to go outside. Hold on. This song right now. Talking about a guy who fell in love with a girl who fell in love with little white lines, so he didn't get a chance to make her mine. The decks that we're using, I have no clue. I'm trying to think. But I have all these different messages. So I wanted to get these, we're going to go in and out. I told you we're going to go in and out. I redid my table here, and I took things away. What I did was, it was getting too cluttered. It was too much. So I moved things around, and I repotted things because they grew. There was new growth. And there were some things that weren't suited to here, right? They were dying and drying, and so I changed them around. And I gave myself a space so that I could come outside and I could enjoy my patio. Hold on. Let's move this back a little bit. It's still a little bit tight up here for me. But I do have, I wanted you guys to see, I started our reading earlier, and I had she wants the sun. I have to tell you something about that little brat. She wants the sun, but she wants this Chase Lounge. But if I move that Chase Lounge over to the sun, she gets mad. Because she wants the sun, yes, I want the warmth, but when my mommy's here, I want her attention. And when I want her attention, I want her full attention. And I need to be treated like a princess, a royal princess. Interesting, right? This is where there's a little bit of sun there. Did you notice how she got up when she saw that I was here? And then she had to be ministered to. Okay. I wanted to be outside so that we could get... Oh my God, there's a red hawk up there. There's a red hawk up there. I just saw the red on the back end of his wings, so that's pretty freaking cool. Actually, and I wanted to make sure that there were two before I said that they were both red hawks, but they are. I can see the red on their tails. So Sandy, this is a message for us. Remember the hawks? I've been seeing hawks like crazy, and I don't see hawks here. Can you? Oh, I wish I could zoom in so that you could see the red on their tails. So a message is coming is the first thing. Also, look at things from a higher perspective. Oh, and a red helicopter just went by us. The red dragonfly. So somebody in spirit is saying hello. When I came out earlier, there were doves, and I was speaking about something that happened, and two doves went by, and I said, oh, look at them go racing by, and then the third dove went by, and then the fourth dove went by. So angels, there are angels all around you. You're completely guided, protected, and loved, okay? But now that the red hawks are showing up, and they're showing up with a whole flock of freaking pelicans that are telling you to drop your burdens. I don't know if you guys can see them, but there's a bunch of them. Drop your burdens, drop your guilt, drop everybody else's troubles that you've been carrying, and surrender. I was driving to the beauty supply. I'll tell you about that one in a second. And the car license plate in front of me said, surrender, surrender, surrender. You don't have to do it all, Superman, Wonder Woman. Drop it and recognize that you can be part of a team. Allow your team to help you out. Those two, I don't know where they were. Where'd they go? They went into the sun, which is lovely because they're going into the divine masculine. They're moving forward. The Red Hawks were up there in that's my team, right? That's me and my twin, the Red Hawks. There we are, the pair, or you and your whoever it is, the pair, all surrounded by the pelicans that is the spiritual assistance of angels, because we have the four, right? Recognizing that, yes, I can forgive myself. Yes, I can be forgiven. And I'm going to drop the burdens that I've been carrying. Maybe it's a burden of unforgiveness. Maybe it's a burden of anger. Maybe it's a burden that I've just been carrying everybody else's shit, and it's time for me to drop it and recognize it. Maybe I've been carrying a lot of my own shit, too, that I don't need to carry, because surrender is what I'm meant to do. Surrender. Allow Spirit to carry it for us. They're all there. They came in force. As soon as we saw the angels, they're all around you. You're protected, guided, safe, and loved, okay? Allow them to help you out. Allow Spirit to help you out. I'm gonna put you guys down for a second, right here, while I pull my computer up, because I sent myself a couple messages so that I wouldn't forget. I know what I need to talk about, but if there's any specific points, I didn't want to forget them. I've had people talking to me today about dreams. You know, I do dream analysis, so I have clients that write into me about dreams and helping them with their dreams. So I started thinking about that, and I was thinking about my dreams last night. They were they absolutely were prophetic dreams, but what they were explanations of the dreams that I have been watching for the last 4 years. And I've been getting a lot of that lately, which makes me think that things are starting. That's why the song right now at the beginning, I've been living a lonely life. I've been trying to get it right. That's my twin and I. We're both doing that, and that's why that song came on right then. I feel like everything's kind of coming to a head. And the song by Nickelback, Far Away, was a message to me too, as I got, as I was just coming home. So this message I sent to myself, there's a lot that I'm sending to myself about crystals, because we have the crystal class that's coming on Tuesday night, and I've only got 2 people that have confirmed and paid. I need you guys to let me know what your crystals are that you want me to work with and who's coming. You guys asked for this class, and I put a class, and I'm like, okay, where'd you guys go? You wanted this class, so here it is on Tuesday night. So I need you to let me know what crystals that you want me to do the research on, so that we can share with each other what you need to help yourself heal, what you need to help yourself manifest, whatever it is that you need. So I've been doing a lot of looking up about all the different crystals. And there's something I'm going to talk about. I think I'll talk about it at the crystal class. I won't talk about it now. I found out some interesting things. Okay, let me take off this watch. That just isn't me anymore. That's another thing. You know what? Maybe this was the watch that you were. Maybe you were this watch. This beautiful watch. It's gorgeous, right? I love it. And now you've changed. And now you're this watch. You're more natural. Functional, beautiful, natural. I'm taking the other one off. It just doesn't really suit me right now. Doesn't mean you can't get dressed up. Remember that message that Spirit said about going out or coming home? The people that are not comfortable going out, they've kind of secluded themselves. They've definitely secluded themselves. I've been living a lonely life. I've been trying to get it right? That's the song. And they've pulled away from everybody. And Spirit says it's time to come out now. It's time to socialize. It's time to come out and be seen. but I feel comfortable in my cave. I feel comfortable, you know, with my beard all grown out, my hair not done, no makeup on, and wearing my jeans and whatever. Spirit says that's fine. You can always go back to comfortable, but they want you to go out a little bit and get dressed up too. They want you to go out and get a little bit flashy. They want you to go out and be a little bit bold, okay? They want you to do both. They want you to be able to do both. We have the ability to do both. You can fit into everything. Okay, so there's a few things that happened. My very sweet friend, and I'm going to, and I want her to make sure that she understands that I'm not angry at her. She sent me, because I was talking a lot about the lynx totem. That's one of my messengers, and I love them. And so she sent me this video, and it was in French. It was a video, it was music, and it showed a scene, and it literally, I read cards, and I read animals, and I read situations. I don't have to have you tell me the story for me to read it, right? I don't need the words. So for Spirit to bring me my message. So I'm watching this story, and there's an owl, which is me. I am the seer, right? The owl is the seer, the great horned owl. And it comes out of the trees, and it goes in, and you see a pair of lynx, a male and a female, in this glen. It's beautiful. And the owl, and you could tell that something happened. They, look at them flying right by us. Thank you for coming down low. Oh, and look at the three doves. Take a breath and relax. Look at them coming right above us. Oh, you guys. Drop your burdens. Relax, says the dove. Drop your burdens and fly free. You are able to forgive yourself, and you're able to forgive others. Oh, look at that, you guys. That is so special. This is why I had to restart my reading again. Oh, I told you they were pelicans. That's so exciting for me. I want to just keep looking at them. Come closer, you guys. Oh, I love it. So there's a pair. They're working as a team, right? They're working as a team. And look at the doves. They're a team as well. Oh, such beautiful messages. And look at the seagull, going with the flow. Working with the team, and they're free. They're free. They're giving me a message. It's freedom, because the pelicans are forgiveness. The pelicans are working as a team. The seagulls represents freedom. The dove represents prophecy and taking a breath. Oh, look, and they're all it's just emphasized again and again and again. I have to keep looking. I don't even know what to do. Oh my God, I know they're not as close for you as they are for me, but it's just amazing. Oh, I love it. I'm just excited. Okay. I have to look away from them for a second. You see these lynx, and they're beautiful. They're in the sun, and they're having a good time. The owl saw into the dream, is what I saw. This is what I heard in my head. The owl saw into the dream. Something, and then you see in the video, a photographer is shooting. Photographer is shooting the two lynx. I wrote about it on my page. And what I said, I'm going to read to you what I said, because it means something to me. It was my own specific message, and yet it was a mistake. It was a word. You know how you write something or you type something out, and it's autocorrect. It always autocorrects on my stinking phone, and then sometimes you guys will look at my stuff and you'll be like, "What is she saying?" Because I do a lot of my work under my blanket fort in my bed in the morning, because I don't like to disturb my cats when I'm in bed. So I just start working as soon as I get up really, really early. So the, gosh, where is it? I hope I can, I post so much it's going to be hard for me to find it. Here it is. Okay. So I'm going to let you guys look out and see if anything else comes while I tell you the story. So I said, why do I feel this is the French-Canadian forest? What an incredibly beautiful scene. The owl saw into the dream. But the lynx, and what I meant to say was the lynx pair, but what posted was the lynx Jew, the photographer. The Jew, the photographer. It's a message to me. I know what it means, because I know who that person is. Was there. And they knew they were being watched. Because all of a sudden you saw that the link, they got tense. They lifted up and they were like, okay, they knew somebody was there. And so they were on guard and they left. They shouldn't have been stalked. They shouldn't have been disturbed in their sacred space. It was their special place. And because they were disturbed, they moved on. And then you see the one on their own at night, and it's crying and crying and crying. And I said she cried in the night looking for her partner. They got separated when they had to leave because of the watchers. And I keep getting a song from Spirit, The Hills Have Eyes, The Hills Have Eyes. right? And then I said, wow, I just dreamed this story in the human form, and I did. It was literally my stories. This is how spirit works for me. They showed us as the lynx being watched, and they were on guard. They were stalked, and they had to leave. And she cried in the night when her partner was gone. So earlier this morning, I got a message from my friend Karis, who sent it to me, and I said, I love that. The lynx's thank you. It was beautiful. And she said, yeah, but it was a sad story. And I said, why was it sad to you? I knew for me that they shouldn't have been interrupted. They should have been left alone, but they were watched. They were stalked by this Jew, this photographer. And so because of that, they were separated. And she cried at the loss of her partner. And she said, because they shot him. And I said, what? And she said, they pelted him with 150 bullets. And I said, okay, I'm sorry. I said, don't ever send me something like that again. I didn't see that. And she says I said it was written in French, and I don't speak French. And she said there were subtitles, and I said I didn't see any subtitles. But I need to tell you, and I'm saying this now because I want you guys all to know this. I'm an animal empath. I'm an empath, but I'm an animal empath. And my first friends were the animals. Don't ever send me pictures of animals being tortured. Don't ever send me graphic things like that. I posted a picture of a little dog that somebody died on Valentine's Day or something, and it almost died. It was like, don't do this. But I don't want to see animals being tortured. I can't handle it. It takes me hours to release that. I got the message that and for her, I was so upset. I started bawling. It took me a long time to release it. And I told her, it's so hard for me to let go of this. You don't understand how that affects me. I can't see things like that. And she said, I'm sorry. And I said, I'm crying right now, and I can't handle this. But she was meant to do it. She was meant to send it to me, because what she sent to me, I read it myself. I read the story, and it gave me my message because I had just dreamed it, and I watched what happened in my own life. Okay? Now, let me tell you, what are the notes? I gave myself notes. Hold on. So, for one, please don't send me anything like that. Yes, I understand that you want people to be aware, and you know that I'm an animal lover, but I can't handle stuff like that. I already have a hard enough time taking on all of the energy of all the people I deal with, but to take on, because I take on the pain and the fear of the animal. That's why I'm a vegetarian. So there was another message. The reason it upset me so much was because I told you that I had heard he took a bullet for his brother, and when I realized that the mate had been shot, I thought to myself, well, my twin was shot over and over. And I started to get very, very upset. And then I thought again about dreams that happened 3 years ago. And it said, I was at the beach, and I was driving in a car, and I saw a beautiful black panther in a tree. Now, this is interesting. I'm the Black Panther, too. Look at me. I'm the Black Panther. My twin works with the Black Panther energy, but I am the Black Panther. And there was a beautiful Black Panther in the tree. And I said, did you see that? And then I heard this shot. Bam! And I said, and I just kind of looked. I didn't really pay attention. And I said, God, did you see the panther? It was beautiful. And the person in the car with me said, yes. But they shot it. And I said, what? And they said they shot it out of the tree. Now think about this. Tree represents family tree. That Black Panther was shot. And so, because this morning I was having people asking me about dreams, this person was very upset about their dreams. I need for you to understand, as my twin said to me, Sherry, and I have to keep going back to that. Don't be upset about this, because it doesn't necessarily mean that somebody's dead. I do get realistic things like that. Yes, I am shown things like that. And since I don't have my twin in front of me, I couldn't tell if it was real or if it was symbolic. So, if you think about in a dream, I've talked to you guys about dreams before, and in your dreams, somebody being stabbed, they're talking about blood, and if you're shot in a dream, there's a lot of things that happen when you're shot. It's terrifying, right? First of all, look at the chemtrails everywhere. Stupid jerks. And that beautiful blue sky. So, usually when you're shot in a dream, you wake up. You're like, bam, and you're like, whoa, and you wake up from the dream, right? It's shocking to you. You don't die right away. But if you do die in your dream, you're shot and you wake up, it's over. Because a part of you has died. It's the death of something. It's the death of something. It doesn't mean that you're dead. However, I don't have my twin to check, right? So if a lot of times in your dreams you're shot, but then you're struggling, right? You've got to run, and you're hurt, and you've got injuries from this bullet, and you're not dying right away, but you're fighting through. You've got this injury, you're trying to run away, and you wake up and you're asking yourself, what is going on? What's happening? So what it's telling you is something that's going on in your life. You've been shot. You have been wounded desperately. It's when you're shot, there's fear, there's confusion, there's anger, there's all of these feelings. But basically, the root cause is it's a victimization. You feel like you've been victimized, right? The gun means that you're at risk, or that you have to run or fight for yourself, fight to survive. And the last thing my twin said to me is, when I saw him and as the hangman hanging upside down in the hedge, was I told him about the dream. And he said, wow, that's heavy. I'm going through a lot at the moment. So then when I started to see all of these things, I already knew he was going through hell, right? So in a dream, a gun would represent dominance, right? It might also represent a fight for desire. A gun could signify social status, a lifestyle, your career. You know, it's a speedy response to something. If you shoot a gun, it's like, boom, it happens quickly, right? Maybe there's gossip behind your back. Maybe the gunman that shoots you is someone you can't see. So someone's talking behind your back, someone's slandering you. There's people going out on their canoes out there. So you've been hurt by others. So the gun would be being shot would be someone stabbed you in the back. Or if you've been stabbed, somebody stabbed you in the back. You're not literally being stabbed in the back. Somebody's talking about you behind your back. So gossip, slander, somebody's hurt you. What else? And then when somebody else, if you see someone shooting you, then maybe if you're being shot, you're rejecting a part of yourself. Now remember, my brother killed himself. So he's cutting off a part of himself. He didn't kill himself. He cut something out of his life. Remember I told you about the deer that lost had its one antler, was shedding the other. It was removing something. So maybe it was this. Maybe this was my twin. And now this is my twin. He's killed this part of his life. I don't want that lifestyle anymore. It's a lifestyle change. It could be that, right? It might be that if there's a hardship in your real life, you might feel attacked, right? That's the gun that's shooting you. There might be other people that are making decisions in your life that you've got no control over, and your only option is to take the shot because you can't, you've got no control. So I'm going to take a shot. I took a shot. He took a bullet for his brother. He couldn't control something. So the only option he had was to take the bullet. He had to take a shot. Because a gun is a fight for survival. So if you're being shot by gang members, you're overwhelmed. If you feel like, maybe you feel like everyone's united against you and you're the minority that's struggling, that would be a gang. If you're in a home environment or a natural environment, then it's a fight for familiar territory. So it's like a family home, family friend related situation that's making you upset. It could be a fight for survival as far as your social status. Maybe you've lost your social status, and so you've been shot out of that family tree, out of the tree that you were climbing. Maybe you were trying to climb this ladder to success, and you've lost this, right? Maybe you feel like you're not able to survive in this situation. If it's about an animal, now when they showed me the animals that were being hunted, then it's about being self-reliant and survival. And you're being hunted by others, maybe the hills of eyes, right? It might be if you're in the ocean and you're not able to swim, like say you're drowning, you're not able to keep your head above water. So it's like the song that my twin used to, he held me and he would sing to me, all of me loves all of you. My head is underwater, but I'm breathing fine. So my head's underwater right now. I'm having a hard time keeping my head above water. We get that feeling if you're drowning in your emotions, or if your bills are piling up and you're just drowning in a sea of debt. It could be that, right? My head's underwater, but I'm breathing fine. Okay, I'm not dead. My head's underwater. I've got a lot of emotion happening, or I've got a lot of things that have piled up on me that I'm not able to deal with. So I wanted to bring this out because I'm asked about dream analysis a lot, and it happened in my own specific instance. So when I saw that message this morning about the two links and how that Jew photographer intruded in their privacy, got into their private space, right? And because of that, the male, they were out there filming, they were shooting, and because of that, they saw who they were, the poachers, and they shot her partner. And she cried in the night for the one that she lost. So somebody was intruding in our private space. Somebody from his family, from his culture, I don't know who it was. specifically. I'm not going to name who it was. I do know who it was. And because of that, they were separated. And I cry. I cry every night. I cry in my dreams. And when I saw that, I cried. And so when I see the forgiveness, when I see the pair flying above, when I see the freedom, these are all really good messages for me. All of these things had to come forward for you guys, because everybody needs these messages. You need to understand that dreams aren't always literal. Sometimes they are, and that's why it's scary for me. And I need to see messengers like that, and I needed to see the hills have eyes. I'm being watched. I had to pull away. My head's underwater. There's a lot of things, but it takes a long time for all of these messages to come through from Spirit. And it's hard for me because it's been 3.5, 4 years that I've had to go through all of this. Also, there's something about speaking, about how you feel about somebody. Now, about telling the truth and about lying. We've been getting a lot about deception, about lies. And I talked to my landlord this morning. We were talking about how when he was a little boy, his father was an alcoholic. And his mother ignored him. His mother didn't spend any time with him at all. And so his dad did. His dad loved him, but he was an alcoholic. So he took him. There's emphasis on that clearly because the bird is chirping. I get it. And so he would take him to the bar when he was a little boy. Let's see who it is. Who are you? Oh, hi. California scrub. Oh, no, it's a mockingjay. Hi. I see you. So the mockingjay says speak. So I'm allowed to say what I'm saying. Thank you. Sometimes I wonder if I'm getting too personal, but I am supposed to say this. Okay. So he would take him to the bar when he was a little boy because he says, in the 50s, Dean Martin and, Sammy Davis Jr. and Frank Sinatra, the bar and having a drink and a cigarette, that was the cool thing, right? You'd sit there, that was cool. And so at a very, very young age, he says he remembers, 4 years old, he'd be at the bar with his dad, and his dad would say, what do you want to drink? Coca-Cola. And he says one time his dad took him for a drive in the car, and he was drunk, and he says he fell, and because he crashed, and he almost killed him. And he didn't almost kill him, but he could have. And he says, my mother beat the shit out of him. And I said, where was she? And he says, well, he was drunk. And I said, well, maybe she should have been in his life, and been in your life. And he says it changed after that. She realized, I can't leave him this way. I can't leave him with this person, even though he loves him. And even though he tells him all the time, the father loved him. He says, my dad told me all the time that he loved me, but my mother was not able to tell me. He goes, I don't ever remember my mother telling me she loved me until I was about 40. And I said, I remember, when I was a little girl, I was about 2.5, and my mom had a Volkswagen Beetle, and we were driving, and somebody rear-ended us. We were at a stoplight. Somebody rear-ended us. It wasn't her fault. And I saw her head go flying forward, and she hit her head, and it snapped her neck, and I saw that she was hurt. And as soon as I saw that she was hurt, I started to cry because I was so afraid for her. I wasn't hurt in any way whatsoever. She, as a mother, always will do. You know how you put your arm to the side. You go like this to hold your kid back, right? So she looked over at me, and I was crying, and she's like, oh, my God, Sherry, are you okay? And I couldn't tell her why I was crying because I was raised by 2 women who didn't know how to communicate their love. They didn't know how to show their love. I know my mom loved me. She was a great mom when I was a little girl, and she was a good mom anyway, but she had a very hard time expressing herself. And my grandmother could, but but she didn't to my mother. So it's a generational thing. My daughter and I had the same thing too. And our little mockingjay is right down there, staying right with us. So I'm going to post mockingjay totem because there's going to be more mockingbird. I call him a mockingjay. What was I going to say? There's so much. I have so much I'm supposed to tell you. The coots. Is it the coots? Might be the Grosbeaks. Family relationship harmony healing. I think that's who it is. Family healing. That's good. Okay, so my mother. So she looks at me and she's like, "Are you okay?" And I couldn't tell her that I was hurt about her. That I was worried about her. I didn't know how to tell her, so I lied. I said I bumped my chin. Why couldn't I tell her that I was worried about her? Why couldn't I tell her? Why couldn't I express myself? I loved her. I was worried about her. But I don't know. I wasn't able to express myself appropriately. So, the message is, a lot of times people don't know how to express their feelings. It's a generational thing and they have to learn it. It's very hard for them. If you're going through a difficult time, we're talking about lies now because I've had clients calling me and they're like, okay, he lied to me. And I knew that he did. I said to her, it's not telling the truth, there's deception. He said, well, he said this was going on. It didn't happen. She says, I said, he's been through something. He's been through a lot. Remember I talked to you guys about this. I said, he's been through something he's been dealing with. He's got a lot of pain he's been trying to deal with, and he needs some time, but he loves you. And she said, yes, he just lost his mother. He's going through a hard time. And I said, he needs some time. He doesn't know how to get his feelings together right now. He needs to process on his own. My twin is a processor. He needs to process. And so he told her that he couldn't get, I guess they had plans, and he blew her off. And she said, she was so mad about it. And I said, you know, yes, he did lie, but he did it because he needs some time, and he doesn't know how to tell you. He thinks that you're going to be mad at him if he tells you that he needs time and space, and it isn't about you, it's about him. And I kept thinking about that song, Big Girls Don't Cry, about the person who loved this one but said, I've got some healing I got to do, work on myself. I hope you know that this has nothing to do with you. I got some healing, me, myself, and I, but we'll meet in our dreams, and you'll be my Valentine. And that's basically what my twin has said to me in our dreams. I've got some work I've got to do on myself. It's got nothing to do with you. This is about me, myself, and I. Difficult for me is that that's the only way he told me was in my dreams, right? All I got before that was that he was going through a really hard time, and then he just disappeared. So with this woman, it's kind of giving me information of my own. And so she called me today, and she says, I need for you to tell me something. She goes, he told me that he couldn't call me and let me know this because his daughter took his phone. And his daughter, he had flown in from wherever, and, you know, was spending time with his daughter. And I told her what it was. I said, he just needs some time. So then she says, he called me. And he says that, I'm sorry, I just needed some time. She goes, you're right. It's what he said, it was true. I just needed some time to myself. I needed to, work through my emotions. I wasn't doing well. And he didn't want her to see him weak, which is so sad, that you don't allow the ones that love you to help you in a time when they really want to be there for you. But some people, they just feel like it makes them look weak. They don't want you to see them in a time of struggle. And so I said, go easy on him. He's had a hard time, and he is. And she says, but remember when he said that he lost his phone and he couldn't reach me because somebody else took the phone? His daughter took the phone when she was visiting. He just said this morning that his daughter's going to fly in, and he's going to spend the first part of the Super Bowl with me and the second part with her when she gets here. Is he lying, or did she fly in and fly out? And I said, no, he's lying. But when you tell so many lies, it's hard to keep up with all the lies you tell. So here's the deal. Don't be afraid to tell the truth, even if it's uncomfortable. You're not going to be able to keep up all your lies. It's going to damage your relationship. It's going to cause a block between you. And if you have someone that cares about you, they will understand that you need time. But please speak it. Don't tell a story. Don't make up a story. Don't create something, because more pain is caused. You're not going to remember the lies that you've told. You're not going to remember the things that you've said. You've hurt people, and now you have to dig your way out of it. Because she says, I'm going to confront him. And I said, yeah, that's what the message said. You need to confront him. And I said, it's going to be awkward, but what you can say to him is, look, I understand what you were going through. I know how painful that was for you. And I know that it was hard for you I know that you were afraid. You thought that I would be upset. You thought that I would leave. You thought that I would abandon you if you were choosing not to be with me. You were worried that I would move on to someone else, so you just didn't say anything. But in the future, please tell me the truth. I am capable of being compassionate and loving and understanding. I know what you've been through. I know how difficult it is. And I know that you need to process on your own. That's what you do. I get that. But please don't lie to me. And understand that when you do come to me and tell me the truth, I am capable of being compassionate, understanding, and forgiving you. It's not that big of a deal. It's become a big deal because of the lies. It's become a big deal because of the deception and all of this big charade. You don't have to speak to me as somebody else. You don't have to pretend your stories. Just tell me the truth. Respect me enough to give me the truth. So there's that message. Is anything else? Let me think. Oh, when you are lying, maybe you tell a lie because you don't. Okay, I did kind of cover this, but somebody asked me this a while ago. Is it wrong to tell a white lie? Is it wrong to allow something? Maybe I didn't tell the lie. Maybe somebody else did, but I allow them to believe it because it was easier than dealing with whatever. It hurts people when you lie to them. You may not even realize the ramifications of what happens when a lie is told. And it may not be that you told the lie. Maybe somebody else. Maybe somebody in your family did. Maybe somebody else did, thought they were trying to help out a situation, or who knows what it is. But the best thing at this point now is to tell the truth. Clear up the miscommunications. Clear it up so that everybody can move forward and move on. Look at them. It's polluting our sky. It's so annoying. Okay, I'm going to go get us a deck. And I want to get myself a drink of water. Let's see what song's playing. Oh, it feels good in here. May the paths be the sound of your feet on the ground. My head is on fire, but my legs are fine. Okay, so your head's on fire, but your legs are fine, so you're able to move forward. I had to get a drink, sorry. Oh, it feels good in here. Can we do the reading in here? Oh. All right, you guys. I have to look at the deck, and I have to ask. Okay, so one of them is the fairy. No, it's not that one. Show me. Deep breath, deep cleansing breath. Which deck? Oh, you know what we're going to work with? One we haven't worked with for a really long time. Feathered Omens. Why? Because look who's on the front. The owl. We're going to work with the feathered omens. And because why? Because the feathers are so prominent in my life. The bird messengers. I love them. I wanted to show you guys something else, and I was trying to bring you in here to show you. What was it? There's my dream board I got to redo. See, I repotted some plants. There's my beautiful panther. Gosh, what was it? I don't remember. And you know what? You may not even be able to see. I may be looking into the light, right? Wandering around in my house with you guys. It's not like I have anything to hide anymore, right? I got nothing to hide. All right. Look at my little treat. Look at her having her little sweet dreams. There's my golden panther. Isn't it interesting? I always call my twin the Black Panther. One of his totems, and yet I am the Black Panther. Okay, so here we go. We're going to work with, I'm going to have a rock hold us up. Oops. Help me out. I know, try not to make a ton of noise. There we go. All right, so a little bird told me. This is by Ted Andrews. Ted Andrews is a shaman, and he works with the animal messengers. And I love him because I'm a shaman, and these messages, this is one of my oldest decks. And it's a reverse deck. So I'm going to ask Spirit how, I just heard 5 times. 5 shuffles. 2, 3. This deck is so old. These cards are so soft. 4. I'm going to get some really good pictures off of my 5. Okay, off of this video of the pelicans above. Perfect's playing by Ed Sheeran. Okay, ready? My dress is all covered in cat hair. All right. So it's this one. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Woodpecker in reverse. Okay. Well, we know that when the woodpecker is upright, that means there's a new rhythm developing in your life, right? So, if the woodpecker is in reverse, it's telling us something a little bit different. What they're telling you is now is not the time to start something new. Because normally it would be, there's a new opportunity in front of you. So what they're telling you is they want you to continue doing what you've been doing, working on your own, like this busy woodpecker, okay? Even if it means there's a delay. So even if there's something, that's interesting to me. So it's not telling you don't work with other people. It's just telling you don't switch now and do something different. Okay, so even if there's a delay in bringing about what it is that you're trying to manifest at this time, they want you to use your own unique ideas. Okay, the delay, if there is a delay, and there doesn't have to be a delay, but if there is a delay, it's just going to be temporary. It's not going to be something you're going to be thrown completely off course. But right now, if you push your ideas, your own ideas, and you don't. Okay, so they want you to use your unique ideas, but we saw isn't it amazing that the Red Hawks showed up just briefly? They showed up, but they showed up briefly, and then the pelicans were all there, and then they were in force. They don't want you to exclude others' ideas. They want you to keep them in the loop. You need to have others help at this time. If you exclude others and you try and go lone wolf, you're going to experience more setbacks and more delays. And other people are going to be giving you valuable information right now, and Spirit's going to be giving you information. We saw the team, right? The teams were coming forward. They were all circling around. We didn't just see the Red Hawks by themselves. We saw the Red Hawks, then we saw the whole flood of the pelicans, and then we saw the pair, and then we saw the seagull, and then we saw the doves. They were all in force. So these are all of my totem messages were all coming forward. So everybody had something to contribute to the mix, right? To bring success. So just because an idea is not your idea doesn't mean it's not a good idea. It doesn't make it invalid because it's not something that, well, I have this idea. Okay, that's great. But you know what? I have this idea and I'm thinking this. So this is a time to work with others. It's not the time to work on your own. The lone wolf time's done. What did we see? We saw pairs. The only person that was a loner was the mockingjay. The mockingjay, and he looked a lot like a California scrub, but he's a mockingjay. He was working by himself, so he shouldn't be working by himself. That was the message. Work as part of a team. So they're telling you, I love the winds coming up. They're telling you that right now, when you have woodpecker in the upright condition, which is what we saw when we were up in the mountains last, that's a new rhythm, you pecking out a new rhythm. But right now they're telling you you can't force the rhythm and you can't change in an old environment. So remember what I showed you? I can't be in this environment and turn and become this. Oh, look. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. So you can't be in this environment and become who you are. Right now, you can go out and visit this, but you can't stay in this environment and become and be really who you are at this moment. You're not going to do the changing in an old environment. You have to leave it. The change is, that's why everyone was on the move. That's why everybody was moving. So also you can't shove. You can't push. The change has to be done gently. You got to be cautious and gentle with your efforts, so you know when to say, what to say. Oh, I knew I had another messenger. I got to show you something. Oh, maybe I'll wait and see if it comes up. Praying mantis. I got to tell you about praying mantis. I had a message and I knew I had one more, and that's why we were sitting on the porch. But maybe it's coming later in this reading. So right now, don't put too much pressure than you already have at this moment. Okay, so that's what I'm getting. Don't be gentle. You're supposed to lead by example, right? Take care. Oh, there we go. See, gentle. Did you see the three doves at that moment? Be gentle. So take it slowly. It's kind of like a deer totem. The deer totem says that you are maybe coming out of a difficult situation, and so you've got to walk gently in your path. You're not sure where to put your feet, or you may be going into a situation that you're not sure of. So you have to walk gently on your path. So this is the situation right now. You've got to walk gently. Don't apply too much pressure. They want you to check everything. Double check, triple check, check your facts, make sure that you're straight on everything that you're going to do. Make sure that you have things planned out well, because anything that is not planned out well at this moment in this time, and whatever it is that's going on, it's going to cause further obstacles and further delays. Okay? I think I don't know. I think I'm going to wait. I'll wait. I was going to tell you about the other totem, but I'm going to wait. I hope I remember. If I don't remember, I'm not meant to share it. I'm putting you guys down. Next message. Oh, so I guess that was for right now. What day is this? Sunday. So that was for today. The next card is for Monday, Tuesday. Next card Thursday, Friday. Next card Saturday, Sunday. Okay? So that card was just for today. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Do I flip it again? Yes. Okay. Flip it again. All right. 1. Kingfisher, one of my favorite. For one thing, they're incredibly beautiful, and we have them here at the lake. And the message is amazing. The message is amazing. So the kingfisher, we have beautiful ones here. My landlord and I saw them when I was canoeing around. I was so excited. I thought they're from Australia. They're called Australian kingfisher. But I have one here. And I was so excited when I saw him. And then when my landlord and I took a cruise, we're going to go out later in the boat. We took a cruise around the lake and we saw another one and he was huge like this guy. So it talks about sunshine, prosperity, and love. Yay! You think about, look at the color. Look at that beautiful color. And this is my favorite color. It's like a periwinkle blue. It's like a purple and a blue together. Peacock blue, right? Such a gorgeous color. So, Kingfisher. Sunshine, prosperity. You're moving into obviously a very happy. I'm looking at the white around his neck. I'm thinking something else too. Hold on, I gotta just think for a second. Kingfisher. So you're moving into a happier time. Because love is always going to make you happy. Me scratching my nose. Sorry, you don't need to watch that. It's about peace. It's about prosperity. The coloring, as I said, it's an incredible color, a unique color. You can't really tell in this picture, but it literally it's the color. It's like rainbow blue. It's like a periwinkle royal blue. It's incredible. And what's so cool? Another thing that I really like about this one particularly is that you know how the males in the male species of animals, they're always the most beautiful, except for cats. Although people would say, and I mean domestic cats, because people would say the lion is so much more beautiful than the female lion, right? And but look at my Lily; she's incredibly gorgeous. So it doesn't apply to cats or actually domestic dogs either. But generally, like in the birds, the mallard is beautiful, and the female's kind of drab, right? Well, the kingfisher, she's the one with the beauty. She's the beautiful one. So it talks about there's new abundance coming into your life at this time. There's clearly, it's because of the sunshine, and you look at this, there they are. There's harmony. There's the three doves. Harmony coming into your life. There's warmth coming into your life. There's love coming into your life. New sunshine. New. This is new because this is like the green in the background is the coloring of the heart chakra. Look at those guys up there. They're just making themselves so well known, the dove. Peace, prosperity, happiness, prophecy, love, gentleness. Take a breath, relax. God, that's just so being stressed right now. But, hi guys. So, there's a new sunshine, a new prosperity, and a new love. They are soulmate. The doves talk about soulmates. And they're being really, really obvious. Hi guys. It's like having our own personal aerial show, right? So freaking cool. So what they're telling you is it's coming soon. It's going to unfold in your life very soon. And what they're telling you with this bird dives in. So you're going to have to dive into your emotional waters. I'm a diver. I love to dive. I'm a deep sea diver. And they're telling you that you're not going to drown. You're not going to get lost in whatever the prosperity, if there's some new career opportunity, or they're asking you to kind of dive into it. You're not going to drown in that. You're not going to lose yourself in your romance. Some people are afraid of losing themselves, losing their freedom, losing who they are, sense of who they are. I don't want to answer to somebody, lose me. You're not going to lose yourself. And they're telling you you're prepared and you can handle what's coming your way. So they want you to have faith in your abilities. They want you to recognize that you are moving out of the dark grayness and you're now moving into the sunshine. You're moving into California. You're moving into that. You're moving into tropical. Because that's why I thought about the Australian, right? This is an Australian kingfisher. You're moving into warmth. You're moving into an easier time, calm days, happy days. And there is, you still are going to be working. We're never going to get out of work. We always have to work to continue to move forward. But there's going to be time now for love. There's going to be time now for you to enjoy yourself, right? So the Spirit's telling you, they want you to set aside any fears that you might have about love. Set aside any fears you might have about your projects. Clearly, the ones that are hanging out with us the most today of all of our animal messengers are the doves. Take a breath, relax, enjoy yourself. Love. That's what the dove is in its prophecy. So I believe that my twin's going to be stepping out of the shadows anytime soon. I keep saying that to you guys. And one day you guys are all going to be really happy for me. I trust. Okay, I'm going to go to the next card. I do trust. It's hard sometimes, but I do trust. He asked me to trust him. And I gotta give him that. Okay, let's see. Hold on. Who's next? Correct functionality in all levels. Do it. Oh my God. All right. Okay, that's what we're getting. We're getting dove because it just literally flipped right out. And I mean, I'm not lying. I have to show you. There they are. New cycles of opportunities. I mean, clearly I have to give you this because they've been showing up so much. Someone's going to be shooting right for the moon. They're going to shoot to the moon. Opportunities. So, all right, let's turn around and let's see if these doves come back. Or maybe that's all they needed to do. Maybe they needed just to come out and let me see that. They were trying to get me to say, dove, dove. You know what? I know what they were doing. I know what they were doing. They were telling me that you're going to, if you pick up the card, if you see the card, you're supposed to take it. Even if you haven't dropped it, you're supposed to take it. Because now they're gone. So I listen to my messengers. That's amazing. They just showed up way too much. So sometimes I got to just kind of do what Spirit guides me to do at the moment. So see, I usually do things my own way, right? I usually drop the cards and that's the way I do it. And Spirit said this time, no, we're going to do a little different. So I'm listening. I listen to my messengers. So the dove comes forward. What you think about with the dove? I hear them in the morning all the time when I wake up. And I hear them late at night too, actually, after dusk, I hear them. And it's the sound. They're known for their sound, that beautiful cooing sound, right? And you hear it mostly in early morning and at dusk. That's when they're the most active. And so what's interesting about that is I get up, and the reason I hear them at those times early in the morning is because I'm getting up to go to the bathroom. And I always meet Liger in the hallway. Liger is my twin, right? He represents my twin and I. And in the hallways where we meet, which is in our dreams. So the dove is a representative of in-between worlds, meeting in the hallways. So basically it's telling you that there's a thinning. There's a thinning in that curtain between our night dreams and our day realities, right? Because it's not just dreams that are happening. It's not just a dream, is what I'm saying. It's reality. I really am connecting with my twin. I really am connecting with my clients. I really am connecting with the people I dream with. I connect with Spirit in my dreams. It's very, very lucid. It's a very powerful time. I connect with Spirit in my dreams. I have been visited by my archangels in my dreams. So this is a time when there's a thinning between these walls. A thinning between the past and the present and the future, right? The spiritual and the physical realities. This is the time when magic is there. And when I got 12-12 today, I don't know if you guys saw that. I said it's 12-12, magic and miracles is happening. Make a wish. That's what's going on right now. This is a very positive, energetic time. It's also reminding you of because I had so much emphasis on the gun and the bullets, the death of something. Okay, now I'm allowed to show you. I had a praying mantis that came to visit me, remember? And I was so excited. And when I came out today, I was waiting for my client. I had a client that I was supposed to be working with, and I started to sweep off my deck because my computer wasn't shut down properly, had to upload. So I thought, okay, I don't want to start my reading. I have to help that client in a minute. So I just decided to sweep off my patio. And when I did, look who I saw. The praying mantis. And he's dead. Now, the praying mantis talks about the art of stillness and knowing when to strike, right? The praying mantis, the art of stillness and knowing when to strike. It's dead. It's over. Something has happened. It's over. Now's the time. The time of waiting is done because he's dead. And that means that there's a death of the old. So when you're looking at the dove totem, it's telling you that there are these cycles that are happening. Right? The time where one thing ends, another begins. So, the praying mantis. I saw when I saw him, I was sad, but I knew that they have a cycle there, and so there's a time. There's a time for everything. There was a time for this. They had hardy hats and the glitzy watches, and now's the time to get real. For me, some people still like that. That's just not my scene. I'm a hippie, So they're reminding you of the cycles and to respect the cycles. And they're telling you that as the cycles move forward, we just had a major super full moon. We had a lot of eclipse energy. So there was a lot of truths that were being exposed. I was shown a lot of things. I thought that I was going to be told the truth by somebody personally, but I was shown it by Spirit. So yes, there were things that were shown. Maybe you had truths being told to you, or maybe you had truths that you discovered about yourself. Something that you needed to realize about yourself that was important. So this was honoring of the cycles. This is one cycle ends, another begins. So when the dove sings, which it's been happening a lot lately, I've been hearing the dove a lot in the morning, and it's funny because you notice it all of a sudden. It's telling you that you're going to be moving from a difficult space, one just went flying by, to a more peaceful time, which we already got with the Kingfisher, right? We're moving into a new cycle where there's opportunities that are opening up for us, and Spirit's saying they want you to take advantage of the opportunities when they come. So when the door opens, walk through it. They're telling you, as the Kingfisher said, that there's new love coming into your life and new peace and happiness. They're saying that, and remember I said, was that the coot that yelled down there, or was that the grosbeak? And I said, oh, it was the grosbeak. That must mean that there's healing within family relationships. And harmony is my favorite word. It's my favorite place. I wanted to get married there. It's my favorite word. So they're telling you that right now that there's going to be renewed harmony and peace of mind. Look at those guys working as a team. Look at them down there, all in a row. The kayakers, that's so cool. And they're telling you that any frustration or any upset that you have been dealing with, sadness, it's going to be going away. I love these messages. This is so awesome. It's going to be a time like this. This is happiness. Look at this. This is a fun day, right? It's calm. It's peaceful. It's bright. We've had beautiful animal messengers. Any frustration, it's going to be passing away very, very soon. There's a lot of wonderful things that are coming, and it's coming very, very soon for us. Because a new cycle is being born. The old has passed away. That praying mantis has left his path, and now he's moving from one place to another. There's new possibilities. And they're telling you that when we leave the song that's playing right now, it's who do you think you are? Dreaming about being a big star. Remember? They were telling him, who do you, all these ones that were making fun of him, and they were laughing at him, saying, "Oh, you're a pushover," and you're always riding in the back seat. But now he's on the stage, and they're clapping for him, and they're up on the nosebleeds, and he's in the stage. So somebody has gone away. They've come back. They've reinvented themselves, basically. Now they're successful, and that's what Spirit says. Any frustration that you've been dealing with, it's going to be passing away. And we've got these wonderful opportunities in front of us. And if you're not in this place yet, it's going to be happening soon. So the doors that are in front of you, take the doors, open the doors, go through the doors. If the door opens a crack, go through it. And when you leave something behind, it's not always easy. It's difficult. It's sad. It's like when an animal passes in your life. They're only living a certain amount of time, and then they go. It's hard. It's if you have a wonderful opportunity in your life. I got a career, an opportunity for my career. I can do this, but I'm gonna have to leave. I'm gonna have to move to this state. Wow, dang, that's rough. I gotta move. Okay, well, but it's gonna be really good for us. You know, it might be some hard work, but it's gonna be really good for us. So you're excited about the opportunity, and yet change is always difficult, and maybe you're going to be sad about leaving behind certain things. When I leave here, I'll be sad about leaving my landlord. I am. He's my friend. You know, I cry every time I move. Every time I leave the people I'm with, I cry because I get very attached to things. I get attached to this. Isn't that silly? Lily's going to have a hard time, right? It's always difficult to leave something behind, so you have to allow yourself to feel that to mourn that loss. And even though you're very excited about moving forward to what the promise is, to the opportunities in front of you, and Spirit says they are going to be wonderful. Look, there's 4 of them now. 4 of them, because you are completely guided, protected, and loved. There's no reason for fear. Perfect timing for that. Thank you for them coming back. See? 4 of them. They had to go pick up the last angel, because right then it was just the archangels that were, ascended master. They had to go get the other ones, all 4. So all the angels are surrounding us no matter where we go. So you'll be able to release the past. You'll be able to let it go, and you'll be able to see the promise in your future. That's wonderful. The dove is a bird of prophecy. I kept saying that. Dove is a bird of prophecy. And soon you're going to see what it is that you can do. Right now, this is a prophetic message that you're getting. And now we see 3 more over there. These are 3 more. So the Ascended Masters are working with you, absolutely. But it is a bird of prophecy. So right now I'm prophesying. I'm not prophesying. Spirit is prophesying. I'm not a prophet. Spirit is prophesying, and they're letting you know what's coming. And there's a seagull, and it's telling you you're gonna feel freer. You're gonna feel freer. You're gonna fly. Go with the flow. Allow it to happen. That's why they're saying that whatever it is that you've been working through that might be difficult, that you might have been struggling. You've been frustrated because you don't double back and try something different. Stick with it. Stick with it. Keep moving forward. Frustration is going to start passing by gently, but make sure you're planning, right? You're going to plan. You're going to make sure that everything is organized and you've got down to every detail. And even if you're a little bit frightened, try and tell yourself that it's not fear, that it's excitement. Okay, you're going to do one more, I think. And I want to shuffle. Correct for neutrality on all levels. I love this. I love how the dove showed up like that for a messenger. Correct for neutrality. Gosh, I need a drink of water and I left it inside. I'm glad this is the last message. I'm hungry and I'm thirsty. I'm going to go out for a boat ride. I see myself in the mountains, right? I've always seen myself in the mountains. I've got a canoe. I wonder if I'll have a lake. Maybe I won't have a lake and I'll miss my canoe. Oh, I really hope I have a lake, because I did see myself with a lake. But you know, sometimes you have to make a stop, right? A pit stop. Sometimes you don't get exactly where you need to go right away. You got to stop here first and then you go there. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Okay. That's it. Eagle. Yes. Eagle is spirit. Eagle is spirit. Sorry, I need to make sure this is right. So look at that eagle flying over the water. He's about to pick up a fish. Oh, I'm laughing. I'm an Aries and a Pisces moon, so I'm a fish. So is my twin. He's a Pisces. So spirit, vision, and healing surround you. That's a pretty wonderful thing to say. Look at my eagle right there. That's the bird form, and there's the feline form. Same creature in my life. Lily. Okay. So I always say, you know, first thing when you see eagle, I think of spirit. Spirit's coming to help you. So spirit's helping you heal whatever it is that you've been going through. They've already been telling you things are looking better for you. You've got wonderful things coming forward for you. And when you think of the eagle, the eagle is prominent in the eagle is the United States uses that as a symbol, right? It's a symbol of authority. I mean, look at how majestic it is, right? It's very spiritual. The eagle. It's used in the Native American culture. It's used in a lot. The eagle feathers. You know, the Eagle King. You think about the Eagle King. It's one of the cards from Colette Baron Reid's card. The Eagle King talks about vision and messages coming from spirit. It's very heroic. I mean, I was going to say muscular, but he does look muscular. It's. Have you ever watched? I just watched actually. My friend shared on Facebook. It was a shaman. Who was it? It's a friend of mine. And they released an eagle back, and it was an injured eagle, and it was being released back into nature. And oh my God, when it went to fly, it was just incredible. When it took off, it was so beautiful. So it's about vision, it's about healing, and there's so much mysticism that surrounds the eagle. Look at this card. These cards are so beat up. Oh my God. So what they're telling you is, a friend of mine recently said to me, I really hope that you and your twin get together soon, that the world needs it. Because when the twins come together, the energy that comes together with the twins, it helps everyone. But also because I've been through so much, and I know that he has too. And she says, I really hope that you guys are able to come together and you're able to, so that you can heal. And she said, you know, it's I'm trying not to cry. Because it's been really hard. And this is my job, right? We're doing my work, even though I still have, I'm going through a lot of emotional stuff while I'm doing my work. But to whom much is given, much is expected. And that's what the eagle says. There's more expected. And there's more. This is a time of power, because the eagle is very powerful, but it's a time that people will expect more from you. And you're thinking, gosh, I'll say to my father, you know, sometimes I wish you didn't have so much faith in me. You know, and people always say that to me. It's a good thing you're an Aries. It's a good thing you're so strong. You know, and everybody needs help, though, and that's why it's good to rest. And when Spirit says to rest, we have to allow that. And when Spirit says they're going to help, that they're going to help us. But they are going to expect more from us. But we are going to be able to handle it. They're also asking you to take a look at things from a different perspective, because anytime we look up at any of the avian messengers, it's about flying high, right, and looking down, and seeing things from a different perspective. We can't see necessarily what's right maybe around the corner or down the road. But if you were to go 350 feet into the air, you could see what's down the road. So the eagle is asking you to look at things from a higher perspective, maybe a different course of action, in order to help your life unfold in a positive way. They're also telling you that maybe now you're finally being recognized. Maybe you've put a lot of work in. You've been doing a lot. And people are now recognizing you're an authority. You've done the work. You know what you're talking about. So they're looking at you in a place of respect. Now, also, I'm trying to think of, I'm not going to remember his name. God, here's itching my face. There's a Greek, who is it, the one that was it Horus? Who was it that flew close to the sun and his wings got singed and he fell to the earth? When you fly high as an eagle, there is a possibility that you're going to get burned, right? So that's talking about when you fly high, when you're following your soul's path, that's going as high as you can to spirit. And sometimes we get burned for it. I've been burned for it big time. Following my path and sticking to my path, it's been hard for me. I've had a lot of horrible things said about me. I've had terrible things done. I've had somebody completely take away the love of my life because of what I was doing. I've been cut out of my family's life. Who knows what's happened to you? Same thing. So when you reach really, really high like that, there's a possibility that you're going to get burned. But it's worth it. It's worth it. And so maybe now you have been burned. You've got burned, but now there's a time for healing. And that maybe there's going to be because they're talking about the time of peace and joy and happiness, maybe you're going to leave the glitz and glamour behind. Maybe you're going to leave the city. Maybe you're going to go out into more of a country place. Maybe you're going to go to a place of healing. I sure hope so. It's very beautiful here. Yes, it is. But I am still way too much in the city for my heart's needs, my soul's path. So maybe you're going to be, and maybe you're not moving. Maybe it's just that it's time for you to heal. It's time for you to allow yourself to heal. And that's why the doves kept coming around and around, to make sure that you give yourself the time to heal. And it's a priority. And Spirit's saying there is healing around for you. That energy, they're bringing that. They're bringing that hiccup. Sorry. Gosh, why am I going to get the hiccups now? Oh, great. I may have to get a drink of water. Oh, my God. There's a hiccup. Oh, no. Is there a hiccup in my plan? There might be a hiccup in your plan. Oh. Why did that have to come up right then? There's a hiccup in my plan. So ask for help. Okay, so if there's a hiccup in your plan, ask for help. You got to think about the eagles, about how they can see. You know, you think about Hawkeye. Remember Hawkeye in what was it? Oh, I can't think of anything right now. Oh, the hiccups are gone. What was that, the Vietnam movie that we used to all watch? I loved it. What was her name? Hot Lips and Hawkeye and, I can't think of what it's called. God, it was such a good show, too. But you talk about Hawkeye. The reason they call him Hawkeye is because they see so well. Well, eagles have vision that is 10 times better than humans. And so when you see the eagle showing up, they're telling you that things before that you weren't able to see, you're going to start seeing much more clearly. The sky is clearing up. There's a little bit of cloud coverage down here, but things are clearing up, and it's coming. You're going to get clarity, right? Things that you weren't able to see before. And your vision about what you see, maybe your ideas or your what was a dream. The vision is, you're going to be looking further into the future. Your vision is going to become clear about what it is that you want. Or you're going to, like what's been happening to me. I've been able to look into the past, and I've been able to see things differently. I clearer, not differently. I'm getting clarity on what I saw in the past, what I heard in the past, in my dreams, what was going on, right? So it's going to be coming, maybe you are now looking at things and you're going to be like, oh my God, that's what that meant. I understand now. I had to go through this in order to get to there so that I could see that from this perspective, and now I understand. My vision is clearer, right? So right now, Spirit's telling you to trust in yourself. Trust in who you are becoming. Embrace yourself. Be proud of yourself. Spirit's proud of you. And that's it. We're done. Because I need to get a drink of water before I get the hiccups again. So, hi. Are you happy? Are you? Are you happy? Aren't they the most incredible creatures, cats? They are. They're so incredible. She is so hot. She is, just like my twin. She is so hot. It's so funny that her hair's scared. She has black hair, right? Oh, excuse us. Was there a reissue with that? She has black hair, but because she likes to lay in the sun, she's all bleached out brown. She's such a crotchety thing. Touchy, touchy. Yes. Okay. So, you guys, if anybody's interested in joining... Oops, I lost you there. If anybody's interested in joining the crystal class, because you guys asked for it, and I'm doing it now, please let me know. Please confirm, and then let me know the crystals that you want me to work with, so that we can get as much information, so that we can have a really full, rounded class, so that everybody else gets a lot of benefit from it as well. And then, of course, pay for the class. It's $30. You're going to get a private reading, not a private, a personal reading. Each person will get one detailed message. I always end up giving more than I always say. I always give more, always. I always spend more time. I always do more than has been, described in the offer. The offer is a $30. It's supposed to be a 1-hour class, and you get a personal reading. So, I mean, you won't even get a reading from me for $30 unless you get like a 15-minute reading. So, that's a good deal. And it's fun. It's really fun. So if you want to join, feel free. Let me know as soon as you can, because it's already Sunday, and it's Tuesday night at 6:30 California time. And I'm going to just smear my lipstick. What else? If you would like help with dream analysis, if you would like a private reading, I'm in awesome energy. I am. Can you tell? I feel really good. My energy feels great. The full moon is over. It's done its damage. It's done its good. I've had a lot of beautiful messengers here. I'm really happy with the way things are right now. I feel at peace. It would be a very good time to get a reading and seeing what's coming for you guys. And there's a new moon coming, and we want to put out our new moon wishes, right? I do a new moon. I do a full moon ceremony, and I do a new moon ceremony. It's fun to do it on the lake. Take the drum out on the lake and put out your new moon wishes. So get in mind what it is that you wish to bring in on the new moon, right? And as Spirit said, get the plans detailed. Get detailed in your plans of whatever it is you want to move forward. What else? I'm a long-distance Reiki master. Also, if you would like to purchase a ceremonial sage wand, if you're new to me, sometimes I forget that there are other people that join, because I've been getting new followers constantly, and so I forget that everybody doesn't know. So here is one of my ceremonial sage wands. This is a small. And I've got an amethyst, and I've done myself a good job. I gave myself 2. I normally put 1 charm on, but I wanted to give myself wings to fly and the key to my own freedom. And I needed the purple was important for me, because I was working with Archangel Jeremiah for relationship harmony. So that's what a small looks like. I have loose sage that I burn as well in little sachets. Every crystal is Reiki charged. And every crystal, I have many different ones that you can choose from. If you would like to purchase a cosmic crystal cluster, I have these available. I'm creating these as well. They're called Cosmic Mystic Creations. Little stories that you give me a piece of something, or I will find something small, very small like that. It'd be best if you gave it to me, but and then I incorporate it with crystals into a little story. It's powerful. So what else? I think I love my happy Buddha sitting there with his rutilated quartz. Rutilated quartz is about telepathically communicating, and there's so many messages. So many messages. I could go on and on. Hi, Panu. All right, you guys. My website, www.theangelswhisper.com, and my email address is sherrycolumbus@yahoo.com. SherryColumbus, all one word. So when you go to my website and you choose what it is that you want, the service or whatever it is that you're getting, then go to and contact me through my email, because I get it faster. I'm watching. I just saw another animal go by. Who was it? Oh, it's just freedom. It's freedom and going with the flow. Jonathan Livingston Seagull. So I hope you guys are having a beautiful Saturday. Saturday. I never know what day it is. See? Sunday. That's why there's no point in me wearing a watch, really. What time does this watch say? Hold on. It's now 8:28. I don't care about time, except for the fact that I do. Time is a wasting. Oh, and that was another message for the praying mantis. Don't wait too long, because praying mantis was about learning the art of stillness and knowing when to strike. Well, that one's dead. He waited way too long. It was over. So don't be dilly-dallying too much. All right, I'll let you guys go. I'm finding all kinds of little things that Sedona left me, some hearts, and I gotta figure out who I give it to. I give it to one of my plants. I adorn all of my plants with crystals. All right, you guys, hope you're having a fantastic day. I'm gonna go eat something and have a drink of chia water. I love you. Bye.